Arwen had just about enough of this, of standing around, talking with Júlia and now this individual Reaper, and has just, what's the polite way of pushing everybody out of the way and determinedly walking in a direction where they have just decided this is the correct direction and you're going to follow me. What's the polite way of phrasing that?
In his case, it would be trucked off and headed out.
Pretty much. And it is very clear as he grabs you, Chip, physically, as he just drags you with him.
Yep. I'm getting dragged, and I just go, yeah, y'all have fun. I'm going to be busy for a little bit, I presume. Don't worry, we'll catch up later. Bye.
Didn't you guys say he sailed the boat you came on?
Yes. I don't know if that's important.
Both Tiago and Malcolm would remember the very quick and dirty explanation King gave you. Any bound can do it.
Yeah, he seemed the most appropriate, being a transporter himself, but apparently it's kind of like an innate thing or something.
So you step on it, you
do have to you have to make like an oath or something, right?
I don't know. It's like you step on the boat and suddenly you got your sea legs.
Well... I don't think I'll be taking a boat upriver yet.
You still have plans down here? Well, you haven't really done anything, but I suppose.
On one hand, I very much want to get back on top and get back to work on things that actually matter to me. And on the other hand, I'm now inexplicably driven downwards, and I don't like it. You know that feeling, pulled in two directions?
Yeah, I feel you there. There's things you want to do and things you need to do.
Well, I didn't come down with you, so, I mean, nobody will notice if I don't come back up.
That's low-key sad.
Well, that's the truth. I don't...
Go on, there must be someone who's gonna notice.
The only people that I've really talked to down here have either been in this city or in a town that you may or may not have even passed through. You know, it's... Yeah, whatever.
Obviously, this conversation's taking place while you guys are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
do we
going in the direction that we saw, then being dragged off?
Yes. Speaking of that, actually, Arwen must be moving at some sort of ludicrous pace, because dragging another individual, even of their will, is not an easy feat. However, they're completely out of eyesight, so they've gotten way ahead of you somehow.
Did anyone see which way he went?
At this
I
point,
mean, I saw this way. What way after this? I don't know.
Is this back the way we came, or is this a different direction?
It is. It's not the way you came, but it is in the correct direction.
Okay. I mean, we'll head out, and maybe we'll meet him at the exit.
I don't know how.
Your guys kind of are. They definitely. You're all at Synergy 2 but now, right? You get a very clear. They're kind of like shaking their head. Not gonna be at the exit. Not gonna be at the exit.
You know where they've gone?
The answer you get is the answer you already know. Wherever Arwen wanted to take him.
Was hoping just maybe, just a maybe, it was a little more precise.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ishmael, in this case, just gives you what you could only assume passes for a shrug from a being that has a safer head.
Yeah, I know.
I suppose we could ask some of the locals? They might have seen them storm off.
Anyone around?
The ghosts that are here about, as stated, they do try to keep as large of a gap between you and themselves. However, it is almost impossible not to notice the sideways glances. Obviously, you have not seen any spears popping out of the ground, so they're not eavesdropping, but they are taking notice that there are bound amongst them.
As soon as I can manage to sort of get eye contact with one at a distance, it's going to be there. Yeah.
One of the bound stops and kind of points directly at himself.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry,
Right.
one of the ghosts. Yeah, one of the ghosts. Bleh.
Sure, why not? Have you seen one of us gone through this way? Big guy, like.
Not recently, no. This person seems to have been a victim of some sort of animal attack in the past. Lots of scratch marks. Looks like probably missing a couple of missing both of their eyes. Pretty gruesome looking, honestly.
I'm guessing they still perceive things, despite the fact they don't have eyes. Yeah. Like when you say not recently, how long are we talking? Like years?
Oh, the last time we've had bound this deep? Ooh. It's been a while. I don't have an exact frame of reference. But yeah, at least a couple of years. Bound don't really come here very often. This is not one of the deep domains they visit. I guess it's not considered an egregious deep domain in most situations.
Kind of pleased to hear that right now. But yeah, we're looking for a friend. His companion doesn't take kindly to complacency. Decided to leave. No one's passed through. None.
Well, I don't know much about you guys, but he literally just shrugs. He has no other. He was getting ready to say that he doesn't know a lot about you, and then he realizes he knows even less about you than what he was originally going to say that he knows about you.
I don't think I know too much about us either, so you and me both.
I mean, as long as he doesn't start, breaking old laws left and right, he's safe here.
I think he can look after himself. We know what the deal is, so. Just have to trust the hope, I guess.
If his Geist was really upset about being here, there's a good chance he's not even anywhere near the city at this point.
This spirit, this ghost, actually kind of looks over at Júlia and goes, "Huh, never actually seen the two of you combined before. That's interesting."
Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about it either.
Oh, wait, that reminds me, Júlia, you can fly. Get a bird's eye view or something. Or is it just for gliding?
I don't know how to. I mean, it's... Júlia's going to make the attempt to try to...
Actually,
go up.
I am gonna make a roll here. As you get ready to take off, the ghost actually takes a step back, and no roll's going to be required from you guys. A look of horror comes across its face. Specific, and it's still, I don't want to say locked eyes because I don't know if Júlia's looking at it in the eyes, and plus it doesn't really have eyes. But its vision is completely locked on Júlia.
As are the rest of ours.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, a couple feet up, but I don't... I mean,
So, are you... As soon as you get high enough, how high do you plan on actually going here?
Well, they asked for a bird's eye view, so I guess I'm gonna... are there, like, buildings around us? Like, I mean,
Yes.
I'm gonna want to get high enough to see a couple streets. See if I
Okay.
can see any
As soon
ghostly individual dragging someone.
as soon as you get without of earshot, the ghost's attention returns to the four of you. You and your guys.
Yeah.
Four. Okay. I don't know how to put this politely. Why are you traveling around with somebody that is essentially looking like the avatar of the pustulant dragon down there? Like, obviously, if you remove the boils, etc., you'd have to do that first, but it looks almost identical.
To be honest, I don't think it's intentional. It's
There's one thing about being down here. Everything is quite intentional. There's a reason you look the way you do.
I mean,
There's a reason the way I look the way I do. Everything down here is for a reason.
this is just how we died the first time around, I guess.
Yes. But see, you just reinforced what I said.
So nothing's. I don't think she knew what she was doing when it happened. It just one of those things,
Doesn't becoming any gestures to Ishmael and Rose, becoming like a Geist here, doesn't that change fundamentally what they are? Like, I don't think Ishmael naturally had a safe for a head.
Alea safe landed on their head. The ghost says it with like conviction, but Ishmael's not forthcoming on that.
I made up my own story about him anyway from that, so he's yours probably makes as much sense as mine does.
Also, Júlia, now that you've reached appropriate cruising altitude, I will phrase it like that, give me a perception roll. At a -2.
Oh boy. Well, that's not a very good dice pool.
If Chip and Arwen are outside, you can't tell them apart from the meandering spirits. So either they've already went inside someplace, have gotten way out of the city, or you just can't distinguish them. Those are the three main options.
Okay, well, defeated, I will attempt to go down and not hit the pavement too hard.
Roll, no. No, you land somewhat ungainly, but in very much the same place that you took off from. The ghost still is eyeing you very, very concerned.
I'm really gonna hope that this goes away once we get back up top, because I'm gonna get a lot of funny looks.
The more people look at the ghost is just gonna say this aloud. The more people start to make the connection I have, you're gonna get funny looks down here.
Something about I'll just kind of go about sort of turn around and do that thing was he kind of walk past and just whisper to Júlia something about the dragon, disease dragon. They look similar. Maybe not a good look to have.
I haven't even seen the thing. Like,
You saw the thing.
no, I hid away. I hid. Even if she did see the thing, she's not gonna acknowledge that she saw it. So
Fair enough. We'll have to change that.
Oh no.
what do you mean by this?
He goes, well, if there's nothing else, I have matters that require my attention. Looks at the three of you. Plus, I'm eager to be away from gestures at Júlia.
Well, that's just rude.
I'm sorry, when you look like the thing that is actively causing ghosts to get sick, which is not the way things should be working, and the thing that eats entire kingdoms, rudeness, honesty.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks anyway, I guess.
The ghost very quickly puts distance between the three of you and, well, the five of you. I'm just going to say
All of
three.
us.
Yeah,
The group.
The group.
Júlia, it's. I don't know, maybe. Do what you did before, like, remember yourself, I guess. I don't know. Try and.
figure it out. I suppose it's.
Did you happen to see them while you were up there?
No, oh, no. If they're there, they're. Who knows where. So they're not on any nearby street, I can tell you that.
Thanks for trying, I guess.
Well, I'm starting to have enough of this city, too.
Yeah. Let's just... The no eavesdropping thing's kind of hard. Let's just get out of here.
Keep the conversation going. Let's just talk about anything, and then that way.
Yeah. Focus on our own group.
So, as you guys...
Just so I say name. Oh, sorry.
As you make your way out of the city, very much, it's actually pretty easy. There's no gate guard or anything on the inside. However, as you step through the gate, the best way to phrase it is, it just feels wrong as you exit the gate. Almost like you're not supposed to be able to go in and out like you guys are.
Turning around, looking behind us.
It's
Anything?
it's the same as you would expect it to be. As soon as the gate swings shut, the gate guard that was originally there takes his spot in front of the door. Acts like you don't even exist.
You feeling that as well? To welcome Júlia.
Feeling what? Is
Wrong. So like something's wrong.
I've been feeling wrong for the past multiple hours, honestly.
It feels like we weren't supposed to be able to leave that easy. Something?
We're not supposed to leave.
Well, I don't know how you came in, but I mean, I didn't go through this door, so I don't know if you're supposed to not be able to leave.
Well, what did that one Reaper say? That those who live here serve the rulers? Maybe that's why, because we don't serve them. Maybe those who serve them can't leave freely.
Whatever it is, we're for in one piece, right?
I
Well,
don't think we
you're
should go around.
it's a bit more of you than there should be, but
Well, and I'm still all here.
I mean, I can see what you're trying to do, but to be honest, I think the original works better.
So, who's gonna hop on the boat? Or push the boat out and hop on the boat first?
Well, if you two are going upriver, I suppose this is where we part. There's something I need to find down there, and I don't know what it is, I just know I need to find it.
you don't want to wait for help. I mean, if you don't know what you're looking for, I mean, we could help with that. I just need to go grab some things.
I don't know what I'm looking for, so I don't know what to tell you to look for.
Oh,
One of those, just I hate this place.
Just look after yourself while you're out
I'll
there.
be okay. If not, we come back, don't we, anyways? So.
Do we? Is that how that works? Looking at Rose.
Rose kind of shakes her head as if to say, you get the feeling that she's like, you're kind of stuck until I'm through with you.
That's kind of a non-answer, but okay. It's a little wishy-washy there.
I mean, is this going to be one of those things where it's like we carry on living, but we still age, and then we get really old, and we still don't die, and living becomes a torturous experience, and wish for death?
That much they do respond with what you can just take as a no.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
So, there's only one boat here, so I'm wondering how whoever's not taking the boat's going to continue on.
You ever heard of walking?
Julia's gonna walk?
I don't got a boat.
Well,
If I ain't gonna walk, I'm gonna fly, you know?
just be really careful then, because if that one ghost's opinion is shared by others, you might have a target on your back.
While you're down here, see if there's a way of you. Because,
What I just heard, all the ghosts are too afraid to do anything about the dragon.
yeah, but
I
you
mean,
don't know.
if I play it up, I can get them to run away, right?
One way to look at it, sure.
Yeah, try it. See how you get on. I'm sure you'll be fine. And hey, if worst case scenario, you're already here. It's
Honestly, I don't think I would have even suggested that a couple hours ago. That worries me. No,
just look after yourself.
I'm going before I convince myself not to.
So, are you gonna walk, or are you just gonna hop off the edge and try flying again?
Is there a cliff?
Eventually, there is a cliff. Most of the deep domains are built with a lovely view, down below.
Of an infinite abbess.
Yeah, essentially, as you look about, especially Júlia, you would have noticed it a lot further, or a lot more, as you fell originally. The way the underworld seems to be structured, it's a gigantic open cavern that just spirals down on itself, essentially, leading down into what looks to be a black abyss. So, technically, yes, there's a ledge pretty nearby any of the edges of these areas.
Okay.
It's
Then-
one gigantic center hole.
Well, we're not just dolphin diving down the center hole. I'm to take it safe, go, cliff to cliff, but we're going down, I guess. If it worked before, it'll work again, right?
As you see Júlia somewhat gingerly take flight and start lowering herself down, who's going to be the one that ferries back up?
Flip a coin.
Sure.
So Malcolm will pull out a coin. One for heads, two for tails. Make a call.
Tails.
Tails it is.
So just get on this thing and you'll know how it works.
Yep, I got my fare. Yeah, I got enough coins.
You just flipped your fare.
I have a fare.
And as
So,
you Tiago, as you step on the boat, very much same kind of description I stated a while back with Chip. Everything just seems natural. You're just kind of like, this can be done. You just have to go up that way as your eyes kind of follow the way the river meanders up and about. You're just like, you have to go there, then there, then you got to go here.
I feel like it's like I like using the pole. I feel like I should be singing Dean Martin right now.
With that, as 3 of you split up, Chip, we're going to go ahead and touch base with you, as Arwen literally drags you into the only thing you can classify this place as is okay, actually, let me phrase it like this first. When Arwen steps into this place, the look on his face is like, not where I would have first went, but at least this has what I'm looking for here. What you have stepped into is essentially, have you ever stayed at the Ritz?
No, but I can imagine.
It is essentially what the bar of the Ritz would look like.
Yeah.
The look on Arwen's face is just kind of like, I'll take it, but not what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately pulls you over to what would be the bar, throws you in one of the stools, and takes a seat next to you.
Yeah, Chip kind of regains himself, and he just kind of looks around and goes, "You know, I didn't take you for the swanky type."
Immediately gives you a death glare.
All right, look, fine. And he's gonna flag down because he knows Arwen ain't got a coin. So, and says, "All right, barkeep, what you got here?
Person.
Anything not French?"
Oh, you wound me, sir.
Oh no, I know there are people who'd love that, but
This
something with some
person.
kick.
This person has what you would consider a 1920s Chicago accent. Very similar style of dress as well for the time period that his voice sounds like he's from. He's also full of several bullet holes that are still seeping. Absolutely. Can start you off with, it kind of eyes you both up and down. Some Jim Beam, or at least our equivalent of it here.
Yeah, something with some kick and regret behind it.
He kind of nods. Don't get many bound and Geist around here.
Kind of a special occasion. I'm treating a friend after a bit of a rough run.
Produces. Now, what he produces isn't what you would assume anything Jim Beam would ever look like. If anything, if absinthe could glow, that's what this is.
I look over at Arwen and I just go, "Everclear?"
Arwen doesn't even flinch down the hatch. Just knocks it back.
And it's at this moment we find Chip's one major difference from Arwen. Chip's a bit more of a lightweight than he is. And he's just going to he's going to go down the hatch too. He's going to regret this.
Well, how much of a lightweight is he actually? What's your stamina? That's what this would be.
Oh, stamina's not so bad. If we're talking about the stamina composure roll, mechanically speaking, he could take it, but
Just stamina. Pure stamina, not stamina
just
composure.
Stamina. Well, he's
3?
no college student. Yeah,
3? Okay.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say you need a roll for this. However, I'm assuming Chip's had Jim Beam before.
Yeah.
This has the flavor in Jim Beam somewhere, combined with moldy bread and probably the most pungent blue cheese you've ever had.
And I just kind of look at it and go, "Is some kind of shine?"
It is exactly what I said it was, sir. It is Jim Beam. However, when things come down here, we don't get necessarily the exact stuff. We get the ectominaz, whatever you want to call it. We get the ghost form of it, to put it very plainly, sir.
So this flavor, so in other words, this flavor is one of the flavors that Jim Beam made and then died as a brand.
It's hard to explain. These buildings are gone, dead. He kind of gestures at this place. The chairs you sit in are dead and gone in their own sense of the word. I am dead and gone. You straddle that line between dead and gone, but you're not necessarily out of place here. That is also dead and gone. Who knows? It could have been downed by somebody and then passed through their bowels. I don't know.
Internally, Chip think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, lag. Go.
No, you're fine.
Oh, internally, Chip thinks a couple more of these, and I will be dead.
And you notice Arwen makes the gesture, and another one shows up for both of you. And it's at this point, Arwen doesn't speak. Guys don't speak. But the best thing you can describe it as is he starts remembering and starts describing what he remembers to you. It is a lot of gesturing, but you're getting the gist of it. And that is where we're going to leave you and Arwen for now. Júlia. As you flit between ledge to ledge, as you slowly make your way down, how deep are you wanting to go? Because they did state it was deep, very deep, close to the bottom.
Well, don't really have a destination in mind. We're just going until it kind of feels like they're at the right place. Just kind of gonna go on gut feeling here.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception roll then.
And if we don't see anything, I guess we're going to the bottom until we do.
So, the buildings as you begin to flit to and from, you do notice one important thing. The buildings are getting less grand, almost. You've went from stuff that you could have seen maybe 20 or 30 years ago. You've seen Roman architecture. You're getting to the point now where you're almost to mud huts. Seems to be the predominant building of choice. And at this point, I would say you're low enough, and with that perception skill, you're actually able to somewhat see the water down below. You're able to see what looks to be a beach on the very outer ridges, or, below you, essentially. You're not able to see across the massive expanse. And in the distance, you're able to make out what appears to be a massive iron barge moving across this gigantic pool of water that seems to have no end.
Okay, well, the Reaper mentioned that it was the deepest domains and not the chips, so is there any activity around these old little huts, or is it just like a kind of desolate?
There's activity. It is not as hustle and bustle as it was even in that one city where eavesdropping seemed to be illegal, if that was to be believed. This is more the hustle and bustle you would see in like small little villages. Like little rinky-dinky villages. However, these are still relatively large. They're not village-sized, but they definitely have the same foot traffic you would expect from a village.
Okay, well, we're gonna go in and see if I can't strike a conversation. 1 sec.
With that, we're gonna switch over to Malcolm and Tiago. You make your way back up. You do make your way past where you had originally taken the boat from. You find a landing that is much closer to where you guys entered the underworld. As you guys pull up the boat, yeah, it is very close to the edge. It was a river that turned into a creek. Looking down, there is a certain level of, you do wonder how far this goes. But do you guys just head on up? Because if so, I need the roll.
What is it?
It depends on how you're attempting to navigate. If you're doing it by architecture, it's wits plus streetwise, right, Gandhi? For architecture?
Yeah, or no. Hold on.
Was one streetwise, one was survival also as well, right?
There's a couple different ways to do
Yeah.
it.
I can do
Navigating by
streetwise.
architecture, the suggested pool is intelligence academics.
Oh,
Navigating by society, it depends. instinct is kind of like changeling hedge travel. Like, how are you doing it? They suggest physical, but
I mean, I can assist on a team like.
what do you want to do, Mr. Storyteller, man?
Well, I want to know who wants to make the roll first.
Can the other one assist?
It would have to be the same dice pool as what the other person chooses.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, saying that I can assist on something if you want.
Sure. Let me see. I could do intelligence. I mean, I could do intelligence academics. That's 4 dice. That's not terrible. Investigation would be 5 dice. Would that?
I can do intelligence investigation. Yeah, it's not a great pool, but it's not.
It's better than academics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I could see intelligence and investigation. You're having to pick through the rubble, find what's new, and then be like, okay, this is the right way. Because as things do tend to get newer, the higher up you go.
All right.
So you got one. Yeah, you got +1 on that.
+1. Okay. +1. No. No successes.
Gain the lost condition.
Both of us.
Sure, it was this way.
And yes, because you were assisting and following him, yes, it would be both of you that take the lost condition here.
Wasn't it this way? I thought it was this way. Was it
I'm sure.
that way?
No, it was. No, it was. It was definitely.
I know we need to go around that hole because we can't exactly jump across the hole. So I'm trying to find this other.
So yeah, you go straight on past the hole. You turn left. You're around the hole. But no, apparently not.
So what does the lost condition do?
It means you're lost.
Oh well, of course.
So,
Does this mean we just keep rolling until we're unlost?
it means I'm going to cut over back to Júlia, who has now landed in front of... As you look at this one, this place that you landed, where you actually landed, it is different than the rest. You don't see buildings. Well, you do if you, like, crane your neck over and start looking more deeply. It looks to be more of a network of tunnels. And instead of what you would classify as a gate guard, something that you would recognize as a gate guard, it looks like a gigantic grub.
Okay. Well,
That's kind of undulating a little bit as you see very tiny insect-like legs move as it changes its position to look directly at you.
I guess I'm going to just observe it for a moment, because I don't think Júlia's first instinct is to try and talk to the giant grub monster. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you looking?
Kill it with fire.
Are you looking for entry? It says in what is almost a far too human of a voice.
Well, I'm looking for answers, so if entry is...
Ah, answers. You will love it here. Do you... and this grub actually has perked up when you said answers. Like, actively seems excited by the word answers. Do you wish to enter the Cavern of Flames?
I mean, not really, but I guess that's where I'm going anyways. If that's the direction I need to go.
Excellent, 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 excellent. All right. The old laws of the cavern. It's very, very simple. Leave no flame disturbed. You must follow the course to its end. And you must guide others with any knowledge you gain. These 3 rules are all there are here.
Wow, imagine actually having like intelligent rules instead of the place uphill. Just kind of mumbling under her breath. Man, I should have waited for the others, shouldn't I have? Okay. Is there any other... Do I have to, like, recite some ancient, like, saying or something to get in? Or do I just walk in? Sorry.
There are no weird oaths or anything like that. Just as soon as you enter, you follow the laws. If you don't, the moth will have her way.
Okay. Then... maybe I'll see you when I come out on the other side.
The grub, instead of walking, you see it strain on one side and roll itself over, moving itself out of the way that way. And as you take your first steps into the Cavern of Flame, you have just finished listening to this week's episode of Geist the Sin-Eaters, 2nd edition, Marvelous City of the Dead, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener. If you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, when change comes, and it will it be full of hope or tragedy?